Hey everyone, it's Crystal and it's time once again for your weekly sports update. And it looks a little weird behind me because I'm in a different meeting room at work filming this one. So I have this cute little shelf back here. Sometimes there's markers back here. There's not today. They cleaned it. So that's cool. So I'm here and it looks a little bit different, but I still have all your top stories for this week. I will be back at the end of the week probably to give you a few more. But for right now, here's your weekly sports update. First, the biggest news in pretty much all of sports is that Jason Collins came out of the closet. He admitted to public that he is, in fact, a gay male. He's playing in the NBA. He is the 7-foot-tall Washington Wizards center in his 12th NBA season, and he is the first active male athlete in one of the big four U.S. sports to come out of the closet and admit that he is, in fact, gay. The first active athlete at all would actually be Brittany Griner, who came out last week, almost 2 weeks ago. She admitted that she is a lesbian, and that story kind of fell through the cracks. Not really sure if it was because she is a female and people just don't pay attention to the WNBA as much as they do the NBA, or if it's the fact that he is a male. I'm not really sure exactly why it happened. That's a question for all of society to answer, not myself personally. But he is the first male athlete to come out who is still actively playing to say that he is gay. Now, what that comes up with, the next question would be, who is going to be the first athlete that says they do not want to play with Collins? Who's going to be the one who's not comfortable with this? If you guys may remember, back in December, the Tigers' new addition, Torrey Hunter, said that he would, quote, it would be difficult and uncomfortable to have a gay teammate. He since apologized and pretty much clarified what he meant by that. But the point was, he came out and he said it, maybe a little bit of his foot in his mouth. He did say that he would be uncomfortable having a gay teammate. Being gay is a very political discussion. It raises a lot of religious questions. It raises a lot of political questions. I'm not going to get into that here, but this is going to come out and it's going to be a huge story for the rest of the year, probably years to come. So that's what I'm looking forward to, is who's going to be the next one to say that he is not comfortable with it, because that's going to have probably a bigger backlash than the athlete that's saying that he is gay. The next biggest story in sports would definitely be that Tim Tebow, everybody's favorite quarterback, Tebowing's awesome, he was released by the New York Jets today. And, oh, by the way, it's Monday. You're watching this on Tuesday. He was released by the Jets just days after the Jets drafted quarterback Geno Smith in the second round of the 2013 NFL Draft. Drafting Geno Smith put the Jets roster at 6 quarterbacks. 6. In case you guys don't know a whole lot about football, you can only play one quarterback at a time for your team, which means 5 would be sitting out, hoping that one gets hurt, and then the next one gets hurt, and then the next one, and then the next one, and then maybe the next one, because you have 6. But the Jets did make a few tries at making some trades. They wanted to trade away Tebow before the draft even started. So they were working on trading him for months prior to the draft. So now the question is, who's going to be the team that picks up Tebow now that they have already gone through the draft, and anybody who needed a quarterback probably just drafted one? That quarterback that just got drafted by a team will now probably be sitting out behind Tebow, but since Tebow's not a rookie anymore, he has played with Denver. He has played with other teams. The other question now is, what is Mark Sanchez's future with the Jets? Now that they've drafted Geno Smith, is Geno going to be the starting quarterback to Mark Sanchez's backup? How is it going to go there in New York? Once again, drama in New York. Never going to leave. As long as the Jets are there, there's going to be drama there. That's pretty much what I've expected from the Jets. On to NBA playoffs. I talked about this a little bit last week. The NBA playoffs are in full swing. Usually that means they're going to go on for a little while. However, San Antonio had a much different plan because they swept LA. In LA. Now, did anybody really see this coming? Did anybody really see the Lakers getting swept in the first round in spite of all the injuries, in spite of Kobe being out? Did anybody really expect them to be completely swept? I certainly didn't, but it happened. Now, is this a sign of the times for LA Lakers? Now that all their star players aren't really exactly young anymore, they're going to be getting injured a lot easier. Case in point, Kobe Bryant and a couple of the other stars that they paid a lot of money for and didn't really get a lot of the results out of. So is it a sign of the times, or are they just spending their money in the wrong areas by getting all of these vets, trying to win them a championship only to fall short because of injuries? Again, let me know what you think in the comments. I know there's a lot of Lakers fans that are watching this. Let me know what you guys think down below in the comments. Of course, the other thing that I said last time is that the NHL playoffs are right around the corner, and they are now officially set. For the first time since the 1995-1996 season, all original 6 teams have made the postseason. And if you're a big hockey fan like I am, that is super cool. It's so cool to see the original 6 all playing together against each other. 4 of them are in the Eastern Conference. The other 2, Chicago and Detroit, are in the Western Conference. The Western Conference games start tomorrow, including the Detroit Red Wings games against the Anaheim Ducks. And in case you were wondering, yes, this is the 22nd straight year that the Detroit Red Wings have made the playoffs. And just to have a little fun discussion here, I'm going to let you know some of the things that happened the last time the Red Wings did not make the playoffs in the postseason 22 years ago. Here's what was happening in the world around you, if you were around. My security guard was only a year old, so she didn't really know what was going on. Seinfeld, Wings, Law and Order, Blossom, 90210, and The Fresh Prince of Bel-Air all debuted on TV. That's right. Now they're on Nick at Night. Well, some of them are. Seinfeld's on reruns on TBS. But anyway, they all debuted on TV. Goodfellas, Home Alone, Pretty Woman, Edward Scissorhands, Ghost, and my personal favorite, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, were all released in theaters. The Cincinnati Reds won the World Series. That's those Cincinnati Reds won the World Series in baseball. The Detroit Pistons won their second of back-to-back titles under the Bad Boy era. Johnny Carson was still hosting The Tonight Show. A gallon of gas was $1.16. Hold On by Wilson Phillips was the #1 song on the Billboard charts. And the most recent addition to the Red Wings, Danny DeKeyser, well, he was born that day. His entire life, his team has made the playoffs. What? You're a baby. What? Anyway, that does it for your weekly sports wrap up. I'm going to post a viewer response question. What I want you guys to answer is create some discussion among yourselves. What my question this week is, what are your thoughts on the outcome of the 2013 NFL Draft? Remember, this is the first time in NFL history that no running backs were selected in the first round. Leave your questions below or your answers below to that question. Start some discussion amongst yourselves. Some of you may have graded it an A. Some of you may have graded it a C. Some of you may have said that some teams made really great decisions. Other ones made really stupid decisions. Let it all out. Make your discussion known to the world of all of my many, many, many viewers. Because I know there's so many of you, right? Yeah, I hope so. Anyway, leave all your responses below, and I will be sure to join in on your discussion along with you guys. Again, thanks so much for watching. Make sure you visit the Facebook page. Make sure you vote on the name because I'm not exactly thrilled with this name, but it's what I'm working with. Make sure you let me know all of your responses to my questions that I posed, and I will see you guys maybe in a couple of days.